Welcome to Audiobook segment. Every story you'll hear is crafted from the ground up, written, produced, and narrated entirely by us. Nothing recycled, nothing repurposed, just original work made for this channel. So grab your headphones, settle in, and enjoy today's audiobook. Welcome to the compound effect of daily actions. This audiobook will show you how small, consistent choices can lead to remarkable results over time. Many people think success comes from big, dramatic actions, but the truth is, it's the tiny steps, done every day, that create the greatest impact. Imagine dropping a single snowflake onto a pile of snow. One snowflake seems insignificant. But add thousands, day after day, and eventually, you have a mountain. That is the essence of the compound effect. The small things you do, repeated consistently, accumulate into extraordinary outcomes, whether in your health, finances, relationships, or personal growth. In this audiobook, we will explore the principles behind the compound effect, show you how to turn everyday habits into powerful tools, and teach you practical strategies to stay consistent, even when motivation fades. You will learn how momentum builds, how to avoid negative habits, and how to make choices that compound positively in your life. Before we dive in, I want to remind you to subscribe to this channel so you never miss a chapter. By subscribing, you'll get access to more audiobooks and self-development content that will help you take control of your life, one small step at a time. Throughout this journey, remember that nothing changes overnight. Growth is a process. Success is the result of consistent, deliberate actions that may seem small in the moment, but powerful over time. If you apply the strategies in this audiobook, you'll see the snowflake effect in your own life, tiny actions stacking up to create massive results. Get ready to transform the way you think about daily habits, choices, and momentum. The journey begins with your very next action. And by the end of this audiobook, you'll understand how to harness the compound effect to achieve lasting success. Now, let's begin with Chapter 1, Understanding the Compound Effect, where we explore how small, consistent actions multiply into life-changing results. Chapter 1, Understanding the Compound Effect. Success is rarely the result of a single big event. Most often it comes from the accumulation of small, consistent actions repeated over time. This principle is called the compound effect. Just like money compounds with interest, your actions, choices, and habits multiply, producing results far beyond what a single action could achieve. Think of a tiny seed planted in the soil. On its own, it looks insignificant. Yet, with water, sunlight, and time, it grows into a mighty tree. The seed doesn't become a tree overnight. Its growth is gradual, consistent, and compounding. Your daily actions work the same way. Each small step may feel minor in the moment, but repeated consistently, it can lead to extraordinary results. The compound effect applies to every area of life: money, health, relationships, career, and personal growth. For example, saving just a few dollars every day may seem meaningless, but over years, it can grow into a substantial sum. Similarly, reading a few pages of a book each day may not feel like much, but in a year you will have read several books, expanding your knowledge and perspective. A key element of the compound effect is consistency. One-time actions, no matter how impressive, do not create lasting results. To experience the power of compounding, you must commit to regular, repeated effort. Small, smart, and consistent choices build momentum that grows stronger over time. Momentum is the engine of the compound effect. Once you establish a consistent routine, progress becomes easier. Each action reinforces the next, creating a chain reaction, like a snowball rolling down a hill. Your small actions gain speed and power as they accumulate. The more momentum you build, the more effortless growth becomes. It is important to understand that results from compounding are delayed. You might not see immediate effects, which can be frustrating. Many people give up too soon, thinking their efforts are ineffective. But the true power of the compound effect lies in patience. Time magnifies the impact of your actions, and those who persist will eventually reap rewards far greater than they imagined. The compound effect works in both positive and negative directions. Good habits, like exercising, saving, or learning, compound into success. Bad habits, like procrastination, overspending, or neglecting health, compound into setbacks. Every choice has consequences, and repeated choices determine the direction of your life. To harness the compound effect, start by identifying small, high-impact actions. These are behaviors that, when repeated daily, will move you closer to your goals. For example, if your goal is better health, a single workout might seem small, but daily exercise leads to significant improvement over time. If your goal is knowledge, reading a few pages daily accumulates into a wealth of information. Tracking progress is essential. Even small wins matter, and keeping track of your actions reinforces consistency. By monitoring progress, you stay motivated, notice patterns, and adjust strategies. This simple step ensures that your efforts compound effectively rather than being lost or wasted. Another principle is eliminating negative actions. Reducing harmful behaviors has the same compounding effect as adopting positive habits. Skipping one unhealthy snack each day, avoiding unnecessary expenses, or reducing time wasted on distractions adds up over weeks and months, creating significant improvement in your life. The compound effect also thrives on focus. Avoid spreading your efforts too thin. Concentrate on a few key actions that drive the most results. Trying to change too many habits at once can dilute your energy and reduce momentum. Focused, consistent effort accelerates the compounding process. Patience and persistence are critical. Growth is not immediate, and the journey may feel slow at times. Trust the process and stay committed. Celebrate small milestones, as they signal that your actions are adding up. Over time, these small victories create confidence, motivation, and unstoppable momentum. Consider the story of a person who decides to save $1 per day. At first, it seems insignificant, but after 1 year they have saved 3,600 cents. With continued saving and interest, this small habit grows into thousands of dollars over a few years. The principle is the same in health, learning, and personal development. Small, repeated actions compound into extraordinary results. Finally, remember that every decision matters. Each day presents countless choices. Some may seem trivial, but repeated decisions define your trajectory. The compound effect teaches that consistent attention to small actions creates lasting change. Every positive choice stacks on the previous one, gradually shaping the life you desire. In the next chapter, The Role of Daily Habits, we will explore how to turn these small, consistent actions into habits that require little effort but produce maximum results. Understanding habits is the key to unlocking the true potential of the compound effect. Chapter 2. The Role of Daily Habits. Habits are the building blocks of our lives. Every day we perform countless actions, many of which are automatic. These daily behaviors, whether positive or negative, shape the trajectory of our lives. Understanding and leveraging habits is essential to harnessing the compound effect. Daily habits are powerful because they compound over time. A small habit repeated consistently grows into significant results. For example, reading just 10 pages of a book every day may seem minor, but in a year that adds up to several books and a wealth of knowledge. Similarly, walking 10 minutes daily improves fitness and health steadily, without the pressure of extreme routines. Habits also reduce the need for constant motivation. Motivation can fluctuate, and relying on it alone makes success inconsistent. Habits, however, become automatic. Once a behavior is embedded into your routine, it requires minimal effort or thought, yet produces consistent results. This is why creating the right habits is more powerful than relying solely on willpower. How habits form is critical to understand. Habits follow a loop. Cue, routine, reward. The cue triggers the habit, the routine is the behavior itself, and the reward reinforces the habit, making it more likely to repeat. For example, feeling stressed, Q, might trigger a habit of checking your phone, routine, and the temporary distraction, reward, reinforces this behavior. Recognizing this loop allows you to design habits that support your goals rather than hinder them. One of the most important strategies is starting small. Trying to change everything at once can overwhelm your mind and body. Begin with tiny actions that are easy to maintain. For example, instead of attempting an hour-long workout every day, start with 5 minutes. The key is consistency. Small wins build confidence, and over time, habits grow stronger and more effective. Stacking habits is another effective technique. Link a new habit to an existing one. For example, after brushing your teeth in the morning, you might do 2 minutes of stretching. By attaching a new habit to an established routine, you leverage your brain's existing patterns to make adoption easier and more automatic. Accountability is also important. Tracking your habits, sharing your goals with someone, or using habit tracking apps reinforces consistency. Knowing that you are accountable to yourself or others increases the likelihood of maintaining habits and allows you to celebrate progress along the way. The environment plays a major role in habit formation. Design your surroundings to support positive behaviors. For example, place a water bottle on your desk to encourage hydration, or keep a book by your bedside to promote daily reading. Remove triggers for negative habits, like keeping unhealthy snacks out of easy reach or turning off unnecessary notifications. The right environment reduces friction and makes good habits easier to maintain. Consistency beats intensity. A small habit repeated daily is more effective than occasional bursts of effort. 10 minutes of reading daily is more powerful than reading for 1 hour once a week. The compound effect thrives on repetition, not occasional intensity. The key is showing up every day, no matter how small the action. Habits influence identity. Each habit signals something about who you are or want to become. Brushing your teeth, exercising, or practicing a skill daily communicates that you are disciplined and committed. Over time, habits reinforce your self-image. This identity-driven approach strengthens motivation because you are not just performing actions, you are becoming the type of person who naturally engages in these behaviors. Negative habits also compound, often silently. Skipping exercise, procrastinating, or indulging in unhealthy foods may not show immediate consequences, but over time, they create significant setbacks. Recognizing and addressing these habits early prevents long-term damage and allows positive habits to take root. Flexibility and reflection help maintain habits. Life is unpredictable, and strict routines may sometimes fail. Instead of giving up when disrupted, adjust your habits to fit your circumstances. Reflect on what works, what doesn't, and make small changes to stay consistent. This adaptive approach ensures long-term success and prevents discouragement. Another critical aspect is habit triggers. Identify what cues or signals prompt your habits and adjust them if necessary. For instance, if stress triggers overeating, find alternative ways to respond, like taking a walk or practicing deep breathing. By modifying triggers, you can reshape habits to align with your goals and values. Positive habits also create momentum for other areas of life. One consistent habit can spark growth in multiple areas. For example, starting a daily exercise routine often leads to better sleep, healthier eating, and improved focus. Momentum spreads through life, making it easier to adopt additional habits and accelerate results. Mindset is key in sustaining habits. Focus on the process, not just the results. Habits are small investments in your future self. Celebrate the act of showing up, even if progress seems slow. Trust that the cumulative effect of daily habits will eventually produce remarkable outcomes. Finally, habits shape the trajectory of your life because they compound into identity, momentum, and results. The actions you repeat daily define who you are, how you feel, and what you achieve. By consciously choosing habits that support your goals, you harness the power of the compound effect to transform your life steadily, consistently, and sustainably. In the next chapter, Momentum and Consistency, we will explore how to build unstoppable momentum through repeated actions and how consistency amplifies the results of your daily habits. Chapter 3: Momentum and Consistency. Momentum is the secret force behind the compound effect. Just like a snowball rolling down a hill grows bigger and faster, consistent actions create unstoppable energy that propels you toward your goals. In this chapter, we will explore how momentum works, why consistency matters, and how to maintain both over time. The first step to building momentum is taking action. Momentum cannot exist in a vacuum. It requires movement. Even small steps count. For example, if you want to write a book, starting with just one paragraph a day creates momentum. Each completed paragraph adds energy to your progress, making the next step easier. Action, no matter how small, is the spark that starts the chain reaction. Consistency is what sustains momentum. Performing an action sporadically will not produce the same results as repeated effort. Just as the snowball must keep rolling to grow, your daily habits must continue to compound. Missing days may not seem significant at first, but over time, gaps reduce momentum and slow progress. Momentum works because of psychological reinforcement. When you complete tasks consistently, you feel a sense of accomplishment. This positive feeling motivates you to continue. Over time, the habit becomes part of your identity. You see yourself as someone who follows through. This self-image further strengthens momentum, creating a cycle of continuous progress. A key principle is starting before you're ready. Waiting for perfect conditions delays momentum. Perfection is often an illusion, and progress comes from action, not ideal circumstances. Starting small, imperfectly but consistently is more powerful than waiting for the right time. Momentum grows faster when you act, even in small ways, rather than hesitating indefinitely. Another factor is compound confidence. Each small success builds your belief in yourself and your abilities. Completing one task today increases the likelihood of completing another tomorrow. Over time, this confidence compounds, making challenges easier to face and risks less intimidating. Confidence fueled by momentum makes consistent effort feel natural rather than forced. Tracking progress enhances momentum. Seeing tangible results reinforces your efforts and motivates continuation. Use simple tools like journals, apps, or checklists to record daily actions. Even small wins, when documented, create a visible trail of progress. This trail reminds you that your actions, repeated over time, are producing results. Obstacles are inevitable, and momentum can be interrupted. The key is quick recovery. Missing a day or encountering setbacks does not erase all progress. Recognize the disruption, learn from it, and resume immediately. Resuming promptly maintains momentum and prevents small lapses from snowballing into larger setbacks. Consistency also requires discipline over motivation. Motivation fluctuates. It can be high one day and low the next. Relying solely on motivation leads to inconsistency. Discipline, on the other hand, is a commitment to act regardless of mood or circumstance. By prioritizing discipline, you ensure momentum continues even when enthusiasm fades. Small habits build big momentum. The actions you perform daily, even if they seem insignificant, accumulate into massive results over time. For instance, reading 10 pages every day, saving a small amount of money, or exercising a few minutes daily produces compounding benefits. Momentum turns these tiny actions into life-changing outcomes. Focus amplifies momentum. Trying to pursue too many goals simultaneously divides energy and slows progress. By concentrating on a few key actions, you allow each one to gain speed and power. Focused effort maximizes the compound effect and ensures momentum is not wasted across too many areas. Accountability strengthens both consistency and momentum. Sharing goals with someone or joining a group with similar objectives creates external reinforcement. Knowing others are watching or relying on you increases commitment and reduces the chance of skipping actions. Momentum thrives when supported by accountability. Momentum is both internal and external. Internal momentum comes from your habits, discipline, and mindset. External momentum comes from the environment, support systems, and positive influences around you. Aligning both types accelerates results. For example, joining a running group provides external encouragement, while your daily training habit fuels internal momentum. A vital component of consistency is ritualization. Turn actions into routines so they require less conscious effort. Morning routines, exercise habits, or learning rituals reduce friction and make consistency effortless. Momentum builds when behaviors become automatic, freeing mental energy for other pursuits. Persistence is key. Momentum grows slowly at first, like a snowball starting to roll. Early stages may feel frustrating because results appear minimal, but with consistent effort, energy builds, speed increases, and progress becomes exponential. Patience combined with persistence transforms small steps into unstoppable force. Finally, momentum is amplified when paired with reflection and adjustment. Periodically assess your actions, results, and strategies. Are the habits producing the desired impact? Are there ways to optimize effort? Reflection ensures that momentum moves you in the right direction, not just faster, and allows the compound effect to multiply positive outcomes efficiently. In the next chapter, Tracking Progress, we will explore practical strategies to monitor your daily actions, measure results, and maintain accountability. Tracking is the secret weapon that ensures your momentum continues to compound and transform your life. Chapter 4. Tracking Progress. Tracking progress is one of the most powerful ways to ensure that your small daily actions compound into big results. Without measurement, it's easy to lose direction, forget goals, or underestimate the power of consistent effort. When you track progress, you make the invisible visible, giving momentum a clear path to grow. The first step in tracking progress is setting clear goals. You cannot measure what you cannot define. Goals provide direction and purpose. They give you something to aim for and something to measure against. For example, if your goal is better fitness, define it clearly. I want to run 3 miles without stopping in 2 months is far more actionable than simply saying, I want to get fit. Once you have defined your goals, break them down into smaller daily actions. Large goals can feel overwhelming, and without actionable steps, you may struggle to make consistent progress. If you want to save money, track your daily spending or saving. If your goal is learning a new skill, track the minutes or lessons you complete each day. Small steps, when repeated consistently, compound over time. Journaling is one of the most effective ways to track progress. Writing down your actions, reflections, and results creates a tangible record of your journey. Journals help you see patterns, identify obstacles, and celebrate small wins. For example, noting that you exercised 3 times in a week or completed a chapter of a book helps reinforce consistency and accountability. Digital tools and apps can also help. Habit trackers, spreadsheets, and goal-setting apps allow you to record daily actions, monitor streaks, and measure outcomes. Visual progress, like charts or graphs, makes growth tangible and motivating. Seeing streaks or progress bars encourages continuation because it makes your effort visible and rewarding. Tracking progress also involves reflecting on results. Ask yourself questions like, what worked this week? What challenges did I face? How can I improve tomorrow? Reflection allows you to learn from experience and make adjustments. Without reflection, habits may continue, but efficiency and effectiveness may be lost. Celebrate small wins. Even tiny achievements matter because they reinforce positive behavior and maintain motivation. Acknowledging progress builds confidence, strengthens habits, and keeps momentum alive. Celebrations don't have to be extravagant. A moment of recognition or a small reward is enough to keep you motivated. Another key aspect is accountability. Sharing your progress with someone else, friend, mentor, or group, creates external reinforcement. Knowing that someone else is observing or supporting your journey increases commitment. Accountability partners provide encouragement, advice, and gentle pressure to maintain consistency. Consistency over perfection is critical in tracking progress. Missing a day or facing setbacks is normal, but the important thing is to resume promptly. Progress is measured by long-term patterns, not single mistakes. Tracking progress allows you to see the bigger picture and understand that small lapses do not erase accumulated gains. Adjusting goals and actions is part of effective tracking. Sometimes methods or habits need refinement to produce better results. Tracking allows you to identify what works and what doesn't. For example, if your daily reading habit is inconsistent, adjust by reading at a different time or breaking it into smaller sessions. Flexibility ensures that your efforts remain effective and compound positively. Tracking also provides motivation through visualization. When you see progress, even if it's slow, your confidence grows. Progress is a signal that your actions are working. Visualization of your results, like checking how much weight you've lost, pages read, or money saved, reinforces the compound effect because it makes future benefits feel real and achievable. Patterns reveal insights. By recording your actions and outcomes, you can identify trends and habits that contribute to success or failure. For example, you may notice that exercising in the morning leads to more consistency than in the evening. Observing patterns allows you to optimize your daily actions for maximum impact. Tracking progress also strengthens self-discipline. When you see a record of your actions and results, it creates an internal push to maintain streaks and improve outcomes. Self-discipline grows naturally when progress is visible because you are motivated to stay consistent and avoid breaking momentum. Integration into daily routine is important. Tracking should be simple and seamless so that it does not feel like a burden. Whether through a journal, app, or checklist, make recording progress a daily ritual. Habitual tracking ensures continuity and reinforces the compound effect. Finally, remember that tracking progress multiplies the impact of daily actions. Without measurement, even consistent effort can go unnoticed or lose direction. By monitoring, reflecting, and adjusting, you create a feedback loop that accelerates growth, maintains momentum, and ensures that your small, daily actions truly compound into life-changing results. In the next chapter, Choices and Consequences, we will explore how the decisions you make every day shape your long-term outcomes. Understanding the impact of choices is crucial to leveraging the compound effect fully. Chapter 5: Choices and Consequences. Every day, we make countless choices, some small, some big. Each decision, no matter how insignificant it seems at the time, sets the direction of our lives. The compound effect is built on these daily choices because the consequences of consistent decisions accumulate over time. Understanding the power of choice is essential to creating the life you desire. At its core, life is a series of decisions. From the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep, your choices influence your habits, your results, and your future. Choosing to exercise, read, save money, or practice a skill may seem like small actions, but repeated consistently, they compound into significant outcomes. Likewise, neglecting responsibilities, procrastinating, or indulging in harmful behaviors also compounds, often in negative ways. The first step in leveraging choices is awareness. Most people act on autopilot, repeating habits without considering their impact. By becoming conscious of your daily decisions, you take control of your actions and their outcomes. Awareness allows you to pause, reflect, and choose behaviors that align with your long-term goals rather than short-term impulses. Small choices matter more than most people realize. Skipping one workout may feel minor, But over weeks and months, these skipped sessions accumulate. Drinking one extra soda or spending a few dollars unnecessarily may seem trivial, but small, repeated decisions shape habits and ultimately results. The compound effect thrives on these small choices. Another principle is delayed consequences. Often, the results of choices are not immediate. Positive actions may take time to show rewards, while negative actions may not produce instant harm. This delay can deceive us, making us underestimate the impact of our decisions. Patience and consistency are required to understand the long-term consequences of daily choices. Decision-making frameworks can help make better choices. One effective approach is to ask, will this action move me closer to my goals or further away? Another question is, how will this decision affect me in a month, a year, or 5 years? By thinking long-term, you can align everyday decisions with your bigger vision, ensuring that each choice compounds positively over time. Accountability amplifies the effect of choices. When someone else knows your goals, it reinforces commitment to making the right decisions. Whether it's a mentor, friend, or family member, accountability encourages you to make choices that support progress and avoid actions that hinder growth. Every choice also carries opportunity cost. Saying yes to one action often means saying no to another. Time, energy, and resources are limited, so making intentional choices is crucial. Prioritizing actions that compound positively ensures that your resources are invested in what truly matters, maximizing results. Consistency in choices is the backbone of the compound effect. One positive decision is helpful, but repeated decisions create momentum. Likewise, one poor choice rarely destroys progress, but repeated poor decisions compound into setbacks. Understanding this principle encourages discipline and patience. Habits emerge from repeated choices. Each decision you make contributes to the habits that define your daily life. Choosing to read, exercise, or save consistently turns actions into habits. Conversely, repeated poor decisions form negative habits that can be difficult to break. By choosing wisely today, you shape the habits that will determine your future. Mindset affects choices. People with a long-term mindset prioritize actions that produce delayed benefits. They understand that small, consistent actions today lead to big rewards tomorrow. Those with a short-term mindset focus on immediate gratification, often sacrificing long-term growth. Developing a long-term perspective helps you make choices that compound positively over time. Reflection improves decision-making. Regularly reviewing your choices and their outcomes allows you to identify patterns, adjust behaviors, and refine strategies. Reflection ensures that your daily actions continue to align with your goals, maximizing the positive effects of compounding. It is also important to recognize the cumulative impact of small wins. Making positive choices consistently, even in minor matters, builds confidence, reinforces good habits, and motivates continued effort. Over time, these small victories compound into substantial results. Avoiding negative compounding requires vigilance. Small, repeated poor choices, like procrastination or overspending, quietly accumulate, creating setbacks. Awareness and deliberate action help prevent negative outcomes, allowing positive actions to dominate. Finally, remember that every choice counts. The compound effect is not about one big decision. It is about the accumulation of many small, deliberate choices. By understanding the power of your daily decisions, taking responsibility for them, and aligning them with your long-term goals, you create momentum, build positive habits, and ultimately achieve the results you desire. In the next chapter, The Power of Time, we will explore how time magnifies the impact of your choices and actions, and how consistent effort over long periods produces extraordinary results. Chapter 6. The Power of Time. Time is one of the most powerful tools you have, yet it is often the most overlooked. How you use your time determines the speed and magnitude of the results you achieve. The compound effect relies heavily on time, because small actions multiply only when they are repeated consistently over long periods. Every day offers 24 hours, each hour contains 60 minutes, and each minute contains 60 seconds. These moments may seem small, even insignificant, but over weeks, months, and years, they add up. Time is neutral. It rewards neither the lazy nor the impatient, but it magnifies actions, whether positive or negative. The first principle of using time effectively is starting early. Early action creates an advantage. The sooner you begin, the more time your small, consistent actions have to compound. For example, saving a little money in your 20s rather than in your 30s leads to far greater financial growth, thanks to compounding interest. Time is a multiplier for anyone willing to use it wisely. Consistency over time is more powerful than short bursts of effort. A single day of intense work or improvement does little compared to repeated actions over weeks and months. Small, regular efforts, sustained over time, produce results that far exceed sporadic attempts. This is why habits, momentum, and consistency are inseparable from the power of time. Time also exposes the difference between short-term thinking and long-term vision. Many people seek immediate results and abandon actions when progress seems slow. The compound effect is patient. It rewards those who focus on long-term benefits rather than immediate gratification. Learning to embrace time as an ally is essential to achieving significant outcomes. Patience is key. Positive results rarely appear overnight. The benefits of exercise, learning, or saving take weeks, months, or even years to manifest fully. Recognizing that growth is gradual allows you to stay committed to consistent actions, knowing that time will eventually reward your efforts. Another principle is time allocation. Where you invest your time determines where your results appear. Spending hours on distractions or unproductive activities diminishes your potential. On the other hand, dedicating time to actions that align with your goals compounds into meaningful outcomes. Effective time management ensures that every moment contributes to your long-term success. The 1% principle illustrates the power of time. Improving by just 1% each day may seem tiny, but compounded over a year, it leads to remarkable growth. Conversely, a small decline each day, left unchecked, compounds into significant losses. Time magnifies consistency, whether positive or negative, making daily improvement crucial. Tracking time is also important. Keep a simple log of how you spend your hours. Identify tasks that produce high value and those that waste your energy. By observing patterns, you can adjust your schedule, focus on productive actions, and maximize the benefits of compounding. Awareness of time expenditure allows you to use each day strategically. Time and momentum are interconnected. Regular action creates momentum, and momentum grows stronger as time passes. Missing days or letting consistency slip breaks the chain and slows results. By respecting the power of time and maintaining regular effort, you create unstoppable momentum that grows exponentially. Small investments of time accumulate into massive results. For example, spending 15 minutes a day learning a language adds up to over 90 hours in a year. Small, deliberate actions, repeated consistently, produce outcomes that seem impossible if you judge them day by day. Time transforms effort into achievement. The concept of delayed gratification is crucial. Sacrificing short-term pleasures for long-term gains allows your actions to compound over time. Avoiding distractions, unnecessary spending, or unhealthy habits in favor of consistent effort builds a foundation for extraordinary results. The longer you persist, the more powerful the outcomes. Time creates leverage. The longer your consistent actions continue, the more they multiply. Financial investments, skill development, fitness routines, and relationships all benefit from repeated effort over extended periods. Those who start early and remain consistent harness the greatest leverage, turning small actions into life-changing results. It is also essential to understand time as a non-renewable resource. Once a moment passes, it cannot be regained. Every second wasted is lost potential for growth, learning, or improvement. Valuing your time ensures that each choice contributes to the positive compounding of results. Finally, remember that time compounds effort. Small, smart, and consistent actions repeated over weeks, months, and years create outcomes far beyond what any single action could achieve. The power of time is neutral. It magnifies what you already do. Use it wisely, and your small actions today will produce extraordinary results tomorrow. In the next chapter, Avoiding Negative Compounding, we will explore how harmful habits and poor decisions accumulate over time, and how to prevent them from sabotaging your growth. Understanding the dark side of compounding is just as important as harnessing its positive power. Chapter 7. Avoiding Negative Compounding. The compound effect works in two directions, positive and negative. While consistent good actions build success over time, repeated poor choices quietly accumulate, leading to setbacks, frustration, and wasted potential. Understanding negative compounding is crucial because avoiding harmful habits is just as important as adopting positive ones. Negative compounding often begins silently. Skipping one workout, procrastinating for a day, or spending a little extra money may seem harmless. However, these small decisions, repeated consistently, accumulate into significant losses over time. The danger of negative compounding is that its effects are often delayed, making it easy to ignore or underestimate. The first step in avoiding negative compounding is awareness. Recognize habits, behaviors, and decisions that slowly undermine your goals. Awareness allows you to interrupt patterns before they escalate. Ask yourself, which actions consistently push me away from my objectives? Which habits drain my energy, time, or resources? By identifying these, you can take control before the negative effects multiply. Procrastination is a classic example of negative compounding. Delaying tasks once might feel inconsequential, but repeated procrastination accumulates stress, reduces productivity, and erodes momentum. Over time, tasks pile up, creating a sense of overwhelm. Avoiding procrastination means taking consistent, small steps toward your goals, even when motivation is low. Another form of negative compounding is poor financial choices. Spending a few extra dollars each day may seem trivial, but over months and years, it adds up to substantial losses. Conversely, consistent saving, investing, or budgeting compounds wealth. Understanding the long-term impact of seemingly minor financial decisions is essential to avoiding negative outcomes. Health habits are equally affected by negative compounding. Skipping exercise, eating unhealthy foods, or neglecting sleep may not produce immediate consequences. However, over time, these habits accumulate, leading to weight gain, fatigue, and long-term health issues. Positive habits, repeated consistently, prevent negative compounding and create lasting well-being. Negative self-talk and limiting beliefs compound mentally. Repeated thoughts like, "I can't do this," or "I'm not good enough," slowly shape your self-image, confidence, and results. Over time, these mental patterns restrict growth and success. Combating negative compounding in the mind requires awareness, positive affirmations, and deliberate action to replace limiting thoughts with empowering ones. The environment also influences negative compounding. Surrounding yourself with people who encourage poor habits, procrastination, or negativity amplifies harmful behaviors. Avoid environments or relationships that reinforce negative actions. Instead, cultivate a supportive environment that encourages positive behaviors and growth. Small mistakes, repeated, are often the most damaging. Unlike one-time errors, repeated lapses accumulate silently. Missing workouts, skipping study sessions, or eating junk food daily may not feel harmful initially, but over weeks, months, and years, the effects magnify, undermining your goals. Prevention requires consistency, awareness, and proactive habits to replace harmful actions. Accountability reduces negative compounding. When others know your goals, you are less likely to slip into bad habits. Accountability partners, mentors or groups provide reinforcement and gentle correction when negative patterns begin to form. Sharing your progress and challenges helps maintain discipline and prevents setbacks from compounding. Delayed consequences often make negative compounding difficult to detect. Unlike immediate feedback, the effects of harmful actions may take months or years to manifest. This delay creates a false sense of safety, encouraging continued poor choices. By anticipating long-term consequences, you can make better decisions today, avoiding future setbacks. Replacement strategies are essential for avoiding negative compounding. Simply trying to stop a bad habit is often insufficient. Replace it with a positive action that satisfies the same need. For example, replace mindless snacking with drinking water or going for a short walk. Over time, positive replacements compound into beneficial habits while the negative patterns fade. Consistency in positive action offsets negative compounding. Even small positive behaviors, repeated daily, counteract minor lapses or setbacks. For instance, if you skip a workout one day, returning the next day maintains momentum. Positive habits create a buffer that prevents occasional errors from derailing progress. Mindset is critical. Viewing mistakes as lessons rather than failures prevents discouragement and reduces the likelihood of negative compounding. Growth comes from understanding, adjusting, and continuing forward. Accept that setbacks happen, but focus on returning to consistent, positive actions immediately. Finally, recognize that prevention is easier than repair. Once negative compounding has accumulated over months or years, reversing its effects can be challenging. The sooner you identify and correct harmful patterns, the easier it is to maintain progress. Daily vigilance, awareness, and intentional habits are your most powerful tools to prevent negative compounding. By understanding the risks and mechanisms of negative compounding, you gain the power to avoid setbacks, protect your progress, and ensure that your consistent daily actions build success instead of failure. Awareness, discipline, and deliberate action are your shields against the hidden dangers of repeated poor choices. In the next chapter, Leveraging Positive Influence, we will explore how surrounding yourself with the right people and influences accelerates growth, multiplies positive habits, and amplifies the compound effect. Chapter 8, Leveraging Positive Influence. No one achieves success completely alone. The people, environments, and influences around you play a significant role in shaping your habits, decisions, and outcomes. Leveraging positive influence is a crucial strategy in maximizing the compound effect. Surrounding yourself with the right support accelerates growth, reinforces good habits, and amplifies results over time. The first step is choosing your circle wisely. You become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. People who are motivated, disciplined, and goal-oriented inspire similar behaviors in you. Conversely, spending time with individuals who procrastinate, complain, or resist growth can subtly undermine your progress. By consciously selecting who you surround yourself with, you set the stage for compounding positive results. Mentors and role models are powerful sources of influence. Observing someone who has achieved what you aspire to provides insight, guidance, and motivation. Mentors share their experiences, mistakes, and strategies, allowing you to shortcut learning curves. By learning from others' successes and failures, you leverage their experience to accelerate your own compounding progress. Peer accountability is another key aspect. Sharing goals and progress with friends, colleagues, or support groups encourages consistency. When others are aware of your commitments, you are more likely to follow through. Accountability amplifies momentum, reduces the risk of procrastination, and reinforces the daily habits that drive the compound effect. Positive reinforcement is a powerful tool for shaping behavior. Surrounding yourself with people who encourage, support, and celebrate progress increases motivation. Recognition. Praise or simple encouragement strengthens habits and builds confidence, making it easier to maintain consistent action over time. Positive reinforcement compounds into sustained effort and achievement. The environment also matters. Physical spaces influence behavior subconsciously. Cluttered, distracting, or negative environments can undermine focus and productivity. In contrast, organized, inspiring spaces encourage action, creativity, and commitment. Arrange your surroundings to support the behaviors and habits that align with your goals. For instance, placing a water bottle on your desk encourages hydration, while keeping exercise equipment visible reinforces fitness routines. Learning communities provide additional compounding influence. Being part of a group focused on personal growth, skill development, or shared goals fosters accountability, inspiration, and knowledge exchange. Learning from peers, observing progress, and engaging in group challenges reinforces habits and multiplies results over time. Another principle is modeling success. Observe the strategies, routines, and behaviors of successful people and incorporate them into your own life. Modeling does not mean copying blindly, but adapting proven methods to fit your context. This accelerates learning, reduces mistakes, and compounds success by standing on the shoulders of others. Eliminating negative influences, equally important. Just as positive influence accelerates growth, negative influence can slow or reverse it. Identify people, media, or environments that encourage poor habits, negative thinking, or procrastination, and minimize exposure. Protecting your mental and emotional space allows positive behaviors to flourish and compound effectively. Social learning amplifies the compound effect. Humans naturally observe and imitate behaviors. When you are around high-performing, motivated individuals, their habits subtly influence your own actions. Exposure to their routines, mindset, and priority encourages you to adopt similar practices. This is why deliberate immersion in positive environments accelerates growth. Encouragement and support from others also increase resilience. Facing challenges is easier when you have people who believe in you, provide guidance, and help maintain perspective. Emotional support sustains momentum and consistency, key components of compounding progress. Challenges are inevitable, but positive influence helps you overcome them without derailing your efforts. Feedback loops play a role in positive influence. Constructive criticism, advice, or guidance helps refine habits and strategies. Feedback provides clarity on what works and what needs adjustment, ensuring that your actions continue to compound effectively. Seeking feedback from mentors, peers, or trusted advisors accelerates learning and progress. Teaching and sharing knowledge also compounds influence. When you help others adopt positive habits or achieve goals, you reinforce your own behavior. Explaining concepts, modeling behaviors, and mentoring others strengthens your commitment and creates a network of positive influence. This ripple effect spreads growth and multiplies results beyond your individual efforts. Consistency in exposure matters. Occasional interaction with positive influences is helpful, but consistent immersion yields the greatest benefits. Daily engagement with motivating individuals, inspirational content, or supportive communities ensures that your environment continuously reinforces the habits and mindset necessary for compounding success. Finally, remember that influence works both ways. Surrounding yourself with positivity is not just about receiving support, it also includes contributing positively to others. Your actions, habits, and mindset can inspire those around you, creating a cycle of growth, encouragement, and compound results. Positive influence, when reciprocated, multiplies the impact for everyone involved. By consciously leveraging positive influence, you accelerate your progress, reinforce productive habits, and create a supportive environment where the compound effect thrives. The people, communities, and environments you engage with can either hinder or amplify your success. Choose wisely, engage consistently, and let the power of positive influence multiply your efforts. In the next chapter, Small Wins Lead to Big Success, We will explore how celebrating incremental achievements reinforces habits, builds confidence, and accelerates compounding results over time. Chapter 9. Small wins lead to big success. Big achievements are rarely the result of a single massive action. Instead, they are built from countless small wins, repeated consistently over time. The compound effect thrives on these tiny victories, which, when stacked together, create momentum, confidence, and ultimately, extraordinary success. The concept of small wins is simple. Every minor achievement counts. Completing a single task, taking one extra step, or sticking to a habit for one more day may seem insignificant, but each victory reinforces progress. Over weeks, months, and years, these small wins accumulate, producing results far beyond what one might expect. Momentum is fueled by small wins. Every completed action generates energy and confidence. That energy encourages continued effort, making the next task easier to accomplish. Think of a snowball rolling downhill. Each small win adds to the momentum, eventually creating unstoppable force. Without recognizing and celebrating small wins, progress may feel slow, motivation can drop, and consistency may waver. Small wins also build confidence. Confidence is not born from sudden success, it is cultivated through repeated achievements. Each small win proves that your efforts are effective, reinforcing your belief in your ability to succeed. Over time, this growing confidence allows you to tackle bigger challenges, take calculated risks, and maintain consistency in your actions. Another advantage of small wins is immediate feedback. Large goals often take months or years to achieve, and the lack of quick results can be discouraging. Small wins provide tangible evidence that your actions matter. They show that you are making progress, keeping motivation high, and encouraging you to continue along the path to your larger objectives. Breaking large goals into smaller, manageable steps is a practical strategy for achieving small wins. For example, if your goal is to run a 10K race, start by running a mile a day. Achieving that small milestone gives a sense of accomplishment, reinforces the habit of daily running, and sets the stage for gradually reaching longer distances. Each step compounds toward the ultimate goal. Recognition matters. Acknowledging small wins, whether to yourself or with others, reinforces positive behavior. Journaling achievements, sharing progress with a mentor, or celebrating milestones, even in small ways, strengthens momentum and encourages continued effort. Recognition signals to your brain that your actions are meaningful, creating a feedback loop of motivation and consistency. Small wins are especially effective when paired with habit tracking. Recording daily actions, noting achievements, and visualizing progress make victories concrete. Seeing a streak of completed actions motivates you to continue, even on challenging days. This reinforcement is a core principle of the compound effect. Repeated, consistent effort builds exponential results. Psychologically, small wins reduce overwhelm. Large goals can feel intimidating, causing procrastination or inaction. By focusing on achievable daily tasks, you reduce stress, maintain focus, and make steady progress. Small victories create a sense of control and direction, preventing the paralysis that often accompanies big challenges. Cumulative impact is the essence of small wins. One small win may feel trivial, but over time, the results multiply. Exercising for 10 minutes daily, reading a few pages, or saving a small amount of money may seem minor, but after months and years, the accumulated results are transformative. The compound effect magnifies the power of these small repeated successes. Small wins reinforce discipline. Each victory is a demonstration that consistent effort produces results. As you accumulate achievements, discipline becomes easier because the habit of following through strengthens. Discipline, momentum, and small wins form a cycle. Each feeds the other, compounding your success over time. Adjusting goals and strategies based on small wins is also important. Regularly reviewing progress allows you to refine methods, optimize habits, and stay on track. Small wins provide feedback that helps you learn what works and what doesn't, ensuring that your efforts compound effectively rather than randomly. Small wins also enhance resilience. Facing challenges and setbacks becomes easier when you have a record of prior successes. Each victory, no matter how minor, reminds you that consistent effort produces results. This confidence helps you overcome obstacles without losing momentum, maintaining the path of compounding success. Sharing small wins amplifies their power. Discussing achievements with mentors, peers, or supportive communities spreads positive influence and reinforces your own commitment. Teaching, mentoring, or inspiring others through your wins creates a ripple effect, multiplying the impact of your actions beyond yourself. Finally, understand that big success is the sum of small wins. Few people achieve extraordinary results overnight. Instead, success is built gradually through repeated effort, consistent habits, and the accumulation of daily victories. By focusing on small wins, celebrating progress, and maintaining momentum, you harness the full power of the compound effect to achieve goals that once seemed impossible. In the next chapter, Overcoming Setbacks, we will explore strategies to handle failures, mistakes, and obstacles without breaking momentum. Understanding how to recover and persist ensures that your small wins continue to accumulate into lasting success. Chapter 10. Overcoming Setbacks. Setbacks are an inevitable part of life. No matter how consistent, disciplined, or prepared you are, challenges, failures, and obstacles will arise. The difference between success and failure is not avoiding setbacks. It's learning how to overcome them. The compound effect magnifies not only your good actions, but also the impact of how you respond to difficulties. The first step in overcoming setbacks is acceptance. Understand that setbacks are normal and natural. Everyone faces challenges. Accepting that obstacles will occur removes the element of surprise and reduces frustration. It allows you to focus on solutions rather than dwelling on disappointment or self-blame. Next is perspective. View setbacks as temporary, not permanent. A mistake, missed opportunity, or failure does not define your abilities or determine your future. By maintaining a long-term mindset, you see setbacks as learning opportunities rather than insurmountable problems. This perspective keeps momentum alive and reinforces the habit of persistence. Analyze the setback. Ask yourself, what caused this problem? Could it have been prevented? What can I do differently next time? Reflection turns setbacks into lessons, providing actionable insights. Every obstacle carries valuable information that can improve your habits, strategies, and decisions moving forward. Adaptability is key. Stubbornly sticking to a failing method or approach increases frustration and delays progress. Being flexible and adjusting strategies allows you to navigate setbacks efficiently. Adapting does not mean giving up on your goals, it means finding a better path toward them. Small, smart adjustments compound into better long-term results. Resilience grows through action. Taking even small steps after a setback reinforces momentum and rebuilds confidence. For example, if you miss a day of exercise, return the next day. If you fail at a project, start again with improvements. Action, no matter how small, prevents the setback from snowballing and keeps the compound effect working in your favor. Mindset matters more than circumstances. Challenges are inevitable, but how you respond determines the impact. A growth mindset, believing you can learn and improve, allows you to see setbacks as temporary roadblocks, not permanent failures. This mindset strengthens discipline, persistence, and resilience, all critical for compounding success. Avoid negative self-talk. It's easy to criticize yourself harshly after a setback. Thoughts like, "I'm not good enough," or "I always fail" amplify negative compounding and reduce motivation. Replace them with empowering statements. "This is a lesson. I can improve," or "I will try again tomorrow." Positive self-talk reinforces persistence and prevents setbacks from derailing progress. Seek support when needed. Mentors, peers, or supportive communities can provide guidance, perspective, and encouragement. Discussing challenges with others often reveals solutions, reduces stress, and restores confidence. Positive influence helps you overcome obstacles more effectively than trying to face them alone. Consistency after setbacks is critical. One failure does not erase accumulated progress, but giving up will. Rebuilding momentum through consistent action ensures that the compound effect continues to work. Treat setbacks as temporary pauses rather than endings, and maintain the discipline of daily effort. Break challenges into smaller steps. Large problems can feel overwhelming and paralyzing. Dividing obstacles into manageable actions allows you to tackle each part gradually. Small victories in overcoming parts of a challenge compound into a full resolution, reinforcing confidence and momentum. Patience is essential. Recovery from setbacks rarely happens instantly. Allow time for adjustments, learning, and rebuilding. The compound effect magnifies consistent, patient effort over time. By remaining patient and persistent, you transform setbacks into stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks. Visualize long-term success. When facing difficulties, focus on your ultimate goals rather than immediate problems. Visualization reminds you why your efforts matter and encourages persistence. Keeping the bigger picture in mind strengthens motivation and ensures that temporary setbacks don't derail progress. Learn from others' failures. Observing how others navigate setbacks provides valuable lessons and strategies. Mentors, biographies, and case studies reveal approaches, mindsets, and habits that lead to overcoming challenges. Learning from others' experiences compounds your knowledge and improves your ability to respond effectively. Finally, understand that setbacks are part of the compounding process. Just as repeated positive actions lead to exponential growth, repeated setbacks can magnify negative outcomes if not handled wisely. By responding strategically, learning from mistakes, and maintaining consistent effort, setbacks become opportunities to grow, strengthen habits, and continue the path toward lasting success. In the next chapter, The Power of Reflection, we will explore how reflecting on daily actions, results, and decisions enhances learning, reinforces habits, and accelerates the compound effect. Reflection ensures that your efforts continue to multiply over time. Chapter 11. The Power of Reflection. Reflection is the process of looking back on your actions, decisions, and results to learn and improve. It may seem simple, but it is one of the most powerful tools for personal growth and compounding success. Without reflection, habits continue, mistakes repeat, and opportunities for improvement are missed. The first step in effective reflection is daily review. At the end of each day, take a few minutes to consider what you accomplished, what challenges you faced, and how you responded. Ask questions like, what worked today? What could I do better tomorrow? And did I make choices aligned with my goals? Regular review ensures that small actions compound in the right direction. Reflection reinforces learning. Every action carries a lesson. By thinking about your experiences, you extract insights that would otherwise go unnoticed. For example, if a task took longer than expected, reflection helps you understand why and plan better next time. Over weeks and months, these lessons accumulate, improving decision-making and efficiency. Identify patterns through reflection. Regularly reviewing your behavior reveals habits that support or hinder progress. For instance, you may notice that you are most productive in the morning, or that certain activities consistently lead to distraction. Recognizing these patterns allows you to adjust your routines and environment for maximum compounding effect. Celebrate successes during reflection. Acknowledging accomplishments, no matter how small, reinforces positive behavior and motivation. Small wins build momentum, confidence, and discipline. Reflection allows you to pause and appreciate progress, strengthening your commitment to long-term goals. Reflection also helps prevent negative compounding. By reviewing decisions and outcomes, you can identify harmful habits before they escalate. Recognizing mistakes early allows you to correct course, preventing small errors from growing into larger setbacks. This proactive approach ensures that your actions compound positively. Set improvement goals based on reflection. Each session of reflection should lead to actionable steps for tomorrow or the near future. For example, if you notice procrastination affecting your progress, set a goal to complete a specific task first thing tomorrow. Reflection turns insight into action, creating a continuous loop of learning and improvement. Mindset during reflection matters. Approach reflection with curiosity, not judgment. Viewing mistakes as opportunities rather than failures encourages honesty and learning. A constructive mindset ensures that reflection strengthens resilience, improves habits, and reinforces the compound effect. Journaling is a practical reflection tool. Writing down thoughts, progress, and lessons provides clarity and accountability. Journals create a tangible record of your journey, allowing you to track growth over time. They also provide insight into long-term patterns, helping you refine strategies and sustain momentum. Reflection enhances decision-making. By analyzing past actions and outcomes, you improve your ability to make better choices in the future. Over time, this leads to more consistent, aligned decisions, accelerating progress toward your goals. Decisions become smarter, habits stronger, and results more significant. Regular intervals of reflection are important. Daily reflection builds consistent awareness, while weekly or monthly reviews provide deeper insight into trends, habits, and progress toward larger goals. Both short-term and long-term reflection work together to reinforce learning and compound growth. Feedback from others complements self-reflection. Mentors, peers, or accountability partners provide external perspectives that may highlight blind spots or suggest improvements. Combining internal reflection with external feedback accelerates learning and ensures that your actions compound effectively. Reflection also strengthens self-discipline and focus. By consistently reviewing actions, you become more aware of where energy and time are spent. This awareness encourages alignment with priorities, reduces distractions, and reinforces the daily habits necessary for long-term success. Visualization during reflection is powerful. Imagine where your consistent efforts will lead if repeated over months and years. Visualizing success reinforces motivation, strengthens commitment, and encourages persistence, even during challenges. The compound effect is magnified when reflection includes envisioning the long-term impact of small actions. Finally, remember that reflection is an ongoing process. Growth is continuous, and each day provides new opportunities for learning. By regularly reflecting on your actions, habits, and outcomes, you refine your strategies, reinforce positive behaviors, and ensure that the compound effect multiplies your efforts efficiently and effectively. In the next chapter, Sustaining Long-Term Success, we will explore how to maintain momentum, discipline, and consistency over years, ensuring that the compound effect leads to extraordinary life outcomes. Chapter 12, Sustaining Long-Term Success. Achieving success is one thing, sustaining it over years is another. The compound effect teaches us that consistent effort leads to extraordinary results, but long-term success requires discipline, momentum, and strategy. In this chapter, we will explore how to maintain progress, avoid stagnation, and ensure that your efforts continue to multiply over time. The first principle of sustaining success is consistency. Habits built over months or years are fragile if not maintained. Consistency is the glue that keeps small wins, momentum, and progress compounding. Even after reaching a goal, daily actions matter. Continuing to invest time, effort, and energy ensures that results not only persist but grow. Momentum fuels long-term growth. When habits, routines, and actions continue without interruption, momentum creates unstoppable energy. Small actions performed regularly compound, producing results that increase exponentially. Missing steps may seem insignificant, but repeated gaps can slow progress. Protecting momentum is critical to sustaining success. Adaptability ensures survival and growth. Life is dynamic and circumstances change. Strategies that worked last year may not work now. To sustain success, you must continually evaluate your methods, adjust routines, and adopt new habits as needed. Adaptable individuals thrive because they respond to change while maintaining the core habits that drive the compound effect. Reflection and review remain essential. Even when successful, taking time to reflect on decisions, actions, and outcomes helps identify areas for improvement. Regular review ensures that progress remains aligned with evolving goals. Reflection transforms experience into insight, reinforcing habits and strategies that support long-term success. Avoid complacency. Reaching a goal can sometimes lead to satisfaction and reduced effort. Complacency halts momentum and allows negative habits to creep in. To sustain success, maintain the mindset of continuous improvement. Set new goals, challenge yourself, and remain committed to daily actions that compound into long-term achievements. Continuous learning is a key factor. Successful people never stop growing. They read, observe, and acquire new skills to stay ahead. Learning compounds like any other action. Small, consistent educational efforts accumulate into expertise, insight, and innovation over time. Without learning, growth plateaus and momentum slows. Accountability and support systems are crucial for longevity. Mentors, peers, or communities provide reinforcement, encouragement, and external feedback. These networks prevent stagnation, keep motivation high, and help identify blind spots that may threaten long-term success. Positive influence multiplies results over the years. Managing energy and focus sustains effort. Long-term success is not about working harder, but working smarter. Prioritize high-value activities, minimize distractions, and maintain physical and mental health. Energy management ensures that consistent action is sustainable, allowing the compound effect to continue multiplying results. Celebrating milestones reinforces habits and motivation. Even small recognitions maintain enthusiasm and commitment. Celebrating progress while keeping focus on long-term goals sustains engagement and prevents burnout. Acknowledging achievement creates positive reinforcement that fuels continuous effort. Resilience strengthens longevity. Challenges, failures, or unexpected events will occur. Resilient individuals recover quickly, learn lessons, and resume consistent effort. Building mental toughness ensures that setbacks do not derail long-term success and allows the compound effect to remain in motion. Focus on what matters most. Time, energy, and resources are limited. Sustaining success requires prioritizing activities that yield the greatest long-term benefit. Avoid distractions, unproductive habits, and commitments that dilute focus. Concentrated effort compounds faster than scattered action. Embrace small, consistent actions daily. Long-term success is rarely the result of dramatic, one-time achievements. It is built on the steady accumulation of small victories. Daily actions, repeated over years, generate results far beyond what occasional bursts of effort can achieve. Positive mindset and self-belief maintain momentum. Trusting that consistent effort will yield results, even when progress feels slow, reinforces persistence. Optimism, patience, and confidence in your ability to achieve help sustain action and prevent discouragement over time. Avoid negative compounding. Just as positive actions multiply results, neglect, poor habits, or procrastination can compound into setbacks. Protect your progress by identifying risks, eliminating harmful behaviors, and reinforcing positive routines. Vigilance ensures that long-term success is sustainable. Finally, long-term success is the sum of daily decisions. Every action, habit, and choice contributes to the compound effect. By consistently making small, smart decisions, maintaining momentum, reflecting on progress, and adapting to change, You ensure that your efforts continue to grow, producing extraordinary results over time. The journey is ongoing, but with discipline, strategy, and persistence, long-term success is achievable and sustainable. By mastering the principles of consistency, reflection, learning, adaptability, and resilience, you create a life where the compound effect works continuously in your favor. Your small, daily actions will not only build success, but sustain it, transforming years of effort into extraordinary results. This concludes the chapters of the compound effect of daily actions. By understanding and applying these principles consistently, your habits, choices, and actions will compound over time, creating lasting success and a meaningful, fulfilling life.